SaiSure is a multi-nutrient supplement program conceptualized under the guidance of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai to address malnutrition among mothers and children. SaiSure offers scientifically designed fortified malt and millet-based nutritional supplements for expecting and lactating mothers, toddlers, and school-going children. With an installed capacity of nearly 800 tons per month, SaiSure today reaches over 10 million beneficiaries every day across 20 states and 2 union territories of India through the Annapurna Morning Nutrition Program and the Divine Mother and Child Health Programs. Today, as part of the Know Your Mission segment, we have Mr. Bharani Prasad, Director of SaiSure Nutrition, to share with us the journey so far. He's an alumnus of both Alike and Prashant Nilayam campuses. On Swami's command, he served in the project team for the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani International Center for Child Heart Care at Palwal and the Divine Mother and Child Health Program in Karnataka. Currently, he serves as the Director of SaiSure Nutrition and CEO, Subiksha Organic Farmers Multi-State Cooperative Society. Mr. Bharani Prasad, please.
I offer my most humble pranams at Sadguru's lotus feet, respected Swamiji and Narsimurthy sir, and all the dignitaries present here. As you all know, SaiSure Nutrition is right at the entrance, right at the start, and exactly opposite at the elevated height is Sadguru's residence Anandam. And if he stands and embraces, towards his left is where he's reviving the ancient knowledge systems through Vedas, Nadagurukulam and the Goshala. Towards his right, he's trying to integrate robotic surgeries and bring it to the common man, modern science and also ancient wisdom. And at the heart of which we know it's Swami's cause of missionaries, creating missionaries, which is all the educational campuses. And right at the bottom is the stomach, which is SaiSure Nutrition, which today in the form of Annapurna feeds close to 1 crore children. Thank you for this opportunity. And the objective of SaiSure when we created was it was to address malnutrition in the world, not just in India, but in the world. But you all might be wondering, well, today we come across very less numbers of people who die of hunger, except in some forsaken countries like Somalia and other places. In India, no one dies of hunger. But still we are ranked 104 or 105 in the Hunger Nutrition Index. What does this mean? It means that we are not getting quality nutrition. There's a term called calorie fundamentalism, which is people are focusing more on calories, but not really getting micronutrients. So that is where our focus is. As we all know, our body needs 40 essential micronutrients. And through calories, we just get about 5, which is proteins, fats, carbohydrates. And this is where I think we have a big role to play, and we're trying to address the hidden hunger part in the schools and in the Anganwadis that we work. And this is where actually your nutritional supplements, nutritional powders, or other quality nutritional products come into picture, which address the nutritional gaps. Now, just a brief outlook. If you look at the market today, I'm just speaking about how the market is organized. At the top, the rich people are able to afford things like Ensure, Proteinex, and all of these other big brands, which are very, very expensive. Now, as you come down to your other districts and taluks, Horlicks and Boost is a common thing, which are mostly taste enhancers and not nutritional products, and these are taken as nutritional products. And if you further come down below, there are 25 crore children who are studying in schools and Anganwadis who just get calories and not good enough nutrition. Out of 40 essential nutrients that I spoke, maybe they are getting only about 5 nutrients. And this is where I think Swami's idea, he has literally brought in a revolution in the form of addressing hidden hunger at scale. And what we did was, as we go down addressing the hidden hunger at the bottom of the pyramid, what we did was make it accessible and affordable to the most needy sections of the society. So this has been our innovation. If you have to say what is exactly SaiSure, what is the USP of it? In one single serve of say 5 or even 10 grams, we are trying to cover 21 essential micronutrients in that one single spoon. As Swami always says, that one single spoon is like prasadam, which is going into the children, and it is made at a state-of-the-art facility, right? Which I'll come to it in the next 2 minutes. Which is made at a state-of-the-art facility right here, and it is low cost. At just 1.5 or 2 rupees, we are able to give this top-notch product to the bottom of the pyramid. The same thing in the market today. Just for comparison, people have to take at least 25 to 30 grams of this product, and it typically costs between 15 to 20 rupees. It all started with just 1,000 children. The concept of SaiSure, 2 incidents really moved Swami, and he asked us to work on hidden hunger. One is when we saw a pregnant woman right in Chikkaballapur district who was just 19 years old and weighing just 32 kgs and 6th month into pregnancy. That was the trigger where we had to do something about it. And the next was, for 6 long years, breakfast program was being done for government school children, and we were not able to scale up in a big way because we didn't have centralized kitchens. So that's when government of Karnataka said, we are already giving milk, why don't you complement the milk that is being given with some, not just taste enhancer, but a nutritional component. So this was the trigger, and we started with a pilot for 1,000 children. As you see, we had not even, the name of SaiSure had not even come. It was called Annapurna Nutritious Health Mix. Then very soon the government realized that the children were drinking the milk which they were giving it to the children, and they asked us to scale it up to 1 lakh children in the entire district. That came with its own challenges. We didn't have a factory in 2020. We were outsourcing it to other third-party manufacturers, and we were able to do it. And as you all know, 2020, COVID hit us, and we were back to the drawing table, trying to understand what to do. That's when Swami commanded us. That's when we were consuming only 50 tons a month. We planned for a facility which would manufacture 1,000 tons. And we were wondering, how would this be utilized? Will this ever take off? And Swami just said, it is going to happen. And true to his word, we are full capacity utilized today. In 2021, we didn't, the COVID time, we also used to go out into the Anganwadis trying to understand on ground. That's when Dr. Fanindra and myself, we went on ground trying to understand the technical aspects of nutrition, learning more about what exactly it is. And that was also the time when I worked with Govindrao sir to make almost 50 trips to Tumkur to get the land sanctioned here right at the entrance, so that we are at the stomach of the ashram. And that's really the time when we really worked for 2 years, and we started the construction of the factory. And in 2023, we started the factory, and the work began, and very soon we inaugurated it. And this is how the factory looks. So you all might be wondering, many of you who pass through would just see the ground and first floor, but behind Eden is a 5-floor tower. So this tower is at the heart of the facility, where the real process or the blending of micronutrients and SaiSure products are manufactured. So this is briefly what each floor signifies. On the left topmost, 5th floor, the raw material comes and it is dropped in that hopper. Then it's all gravity. On the next floor, all the raw materials are sieved. All our raw materials are in powdered form. It gets sieved, the waste things get eliminated. And at the 3rd floor, the real blending happens of different powders and vitamins and minerals. And that's when our quality team comes in, led by Brother Aryan, who take good charge of the quality and test the products. And finally, it gets diverted into 2 different products, jar and pouch machine. And when it comes to the ground floor, it's all packed. So this little unit produces about 30,000 kgs every day. That is 30 tons, which goes on to feed 1 crore children every single day. So this has been really the growth quest for quality and scale. If we have to, while Annapurna is at the front who is implementing this, at the back end is a strong team led by Brother Hani Raman, Brother Aryan, Brother Rahul, and Mr. Jaiprakash, and of course under the guidance of Madanji and Sushilji, who have really made this into a transformative place for all of us. We started with 1,000 children, and today we have reached 1 crore children. And at every stage, I would like to draw your attention. We started with a simple almond and a chocolate product. We moved on to a malted product in 2020-21. Then with Telangana coming in, when we started the factory, they came up with a very precarious problem. They said, look, we don't serve milk to the children. And whatever malted drink that you're giving, which is in like a Milo or a Boost, we cannot mix it in water. So that's when we innovated. One of our trustees, Sri Prabhakar, it was his innovation that we brought in ragi, which is a finger millet, into the thing. And there was no looking back again. We scaled up the ragi part. Out of 1 crore children that we serve, almost 90 lakh children get fortified ragi product. And it coincided with International Year of Millets. So today we are the biggest millet-based public welfare program, consuming about close to 6,000 tons of ragi every year. And it doesn't end here. While we scaled up, while every stage there's been a revolution. If we started with malt, then we went to millet, and a new dimension got added, which is the farmer, which brought in really the purity and sanctity to this whole activity. When we started the Telangana program, at least about 600 farmers of them came and said, you're buying ragi from the open market, we might be buying it at a cheaper rate, but it's not doing any good to the farmer because there are middlemen who are eating profits or making money. So that's when we said that we have to buy ragi directly from the farmers. And as you all know, every year it's become a tradition now where about 1,000 farmers come here, offer the ragi to Sadguru's lotus feet, take it back and sow it. And this time, even the sowing was done with prayers in their hearts. The sowing was done, and there's a new invention in the form of an organic manure called Gonanda Jala, which our Subiksha team has pioneered. That is being implemented and piloted. So a new dimension is all brought in together. And as Swami linked the farmer to the child, because it is the farmer himself, his children are studying in the government schools. So that has really impacted the way we do this program. To sum it up, this kind of really sums up what we do. At the heart of it is the farmer. The farmer grows ragi, and he sends it to a millet processing unit, which is currently in Bangalore. We're also in the process of establishing a millet processing unit right at the farmer's gate in Tiptur, Tumkur, where the farmer need not have to clean and do all of that. He can just get the raw produce and leave it there. So that's where it is primary processing of ragi. If grain is converted into flour, and that flour comes to SaiSure, and that is where we fortify it with multivitamins and minerals, and it is translated to products that will benefit the society. And while all of this is happening, there are so many collaborations that happen. National Institute of Nutrition has collaborated with us in collaboration with the medical college, where we're trying to see the impact of ragi-fortified food on these children. And they have said, a report is just coming out in the next 1 week, that we have had excellent results. The acceptability is 95%. 95% acceptance. We have Indian Institute of Millet Research who are partnering with us on seed, what kind of seed should be produced. So this has what Swami has achieved this. Every rupee that we spend, more than 50% of it goes back to the farmer. Rest of it is shared between a millet processing guy, a SaiSure facility, our transportation, logistics, and all of that. So all of this was possible because what was at the heart was compassion. Compassion really moved Swami, and it's like auto-correction. When compassion is there, it's like your supply chain efficiencies. All of these happen automatically, and this is what we're seeing. And I'll just end with one last thing. The next big thing, what we are really envisioning is, we are also setting up a milk powder plant in Mysore, which is thanks to Brother Anand and team who have relentlessly worked to make it a reality. And this is something that is very big that is going to happen. The next big thing is malting, the malting of ragi. So right now, the ragi grain is just converted into flour. The future is going to be, and this could probably be the solution, malnutrition solution to the global south. African countries, Far East countries, and all of that. What is malted ragi? Malted ragi is all the mothers would know. All the mothers here will know. They soak ragi when a child is 6th month in our home, when the child is born and when it's 6th month, the typical weaning food is ragi soaked, germinated, dried, roasted, and then made into a powder. This is all happening at each of the mothers' houses here. This is possibly the solution for global malnutrition problem. And we just hope and pray to Swami that this malting unit becomes a reality, and it's a very big unit that we're going to plan, because what is done at a household level is a very small thing. What we're going to plan is, again, as Swami's vision is always very big, it is going to be maybe a 2,000 ton or a 3,000 ton capacity. With all his blessings, I hope this also happens. And one last thing I missed is while we do all of this, this is something Nutrify Plus we are trying to do, which we want to make good quality nutritional products affordable and accessible to the other sections of the society. This also we are producing. Only about 5% of our production goes into this. Our hope and prayers are that we are able to produce at least 30-40%, so that it becomes a sustainable activity for Annapurna and all our mission activities. And this is our wonderful team that we have. Jayaprakash Talam sir, who has really been at the heart of logistics. Sushil Kumar sir, who is the brain behind the factory. Madan Gupta sir, who keeps all of us on our toes when it comes to finances. Hani Raman, who heads production, who is also the partner now. Aryan brother, who is a partner and director. Anand brother, who makes this, who is ensuring that that 1 crore children are. He always keeps us on our toes, because the production challenges always come, and he is there to push us. And lastly, me. And thank you very much, Swami. And it's been an honor and pleasure working alongside Swamiji. Thank you.
Thank you, Bharani, for sharing these wonderful insights and developments.